I'm gonna try this new feature on my mic out. Give me a second. Oh, shit. Hang on. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh. Did it not work? Oh, you know what it is? Hang on. Hold up.
Can you hear me?
Hold up. Okay. Try again.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I mean, I could hear you just fine.
Oh.
But, I had to change the audio output so it wouldn't echo and make people unhappy. So, damn, it's been like 2 weeks since we streamed.
Yep. Sure has.
It's been like forever, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
So much has happened.
Does feel like forever.
So much has happened.
Not really.
I mean, for me, so much has happened. Maybe not for you, but for me.
You went to a con, you got a new mic.
I know.
It snowed.
It did snow, yeah. Yeah, I'm still looking at it, and I'm still grossed out by it. But it's melting, because the sun's been actually out today. So it's been melting. Very happy about that.
The superb owl is tomorrow.
The what?
The Super Bowl.
Oh.
I just said superb owl because that's the funner way to say it.
Superb owl. You gotta tell me if they really brought SpongeBob Super Bowl in.
Oh, that's absolutely a thing. If you watch the Super Bowl tomorrow on Nickelodeon, part of the halftime show is SpongeBob singing that song.
The thrill of one more kill.
Which, to be honest with you, is probably better than the actual halftime show.
Oh.
Yeah. I might. Yeah. I'm just gonna change it. Change it for the halftime show.
YouTube is like, your bit rate is high, and I'm like, that's nice. What am I supposed to do about it, YouTube? I'm sorry. Question mark. Speaking of sorry, everybody's gonna have to listen to my tippy taps for a second here.
YouTube is just warning you. Your bit rate's high.
About what? Warning me about what?
Your bit rate's high. That's it. That's all. It just wants you to know. Oh, man. Nap did not help at all.
No?
No.
No?
So Saturday, I'm not supposed to be this tired.
The world thinks differently, I think.
Well, obviously the world thinks differently.
Then what you complaining about?
Super tired. I am complaining about being massively tired. I thought that was obvious.
No, I'm baby. I've been getting a lot of like DMs on Instagram about wanting to collaborate with like this Instagram page for photogenic pets. And I'm like, I'm so tired of these messages. I get them like once or twice a week and it's annoying. Like, I'm sorry, I told you once that I was not interested. Why are you continuously trying to
Because it's a robot.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
can you block users on Instagram? Can you just block that robot?
The problem is that they have different users.
Oh.
So every message I've been getting is the same, but a different user every time.
Okay, so it's spamming you.
Yeah.
With, okay.
And
God, that's
I also get comments that are like the same too, but not
That's
like
just as good.
not as long. It's usually like DM at whatever, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, okay.
And they all go to the same page.
Yeah, essentially. I after the first time I don't click on anything. I'm done. I'm like, there's nothing here for me. It's fine. Hello.
Hey!
Don't think that I did not notice you, because I totally did. Do you like my stream starting soon, by the way? I'm so proud of it.
Yes, I do.
I like how the background's way more detailed than the foreground, but
I'm going to be in that later.
I didn't want to take the time to add shadows and highlights, because it would have taken me another 3 to 4 hours to do, because it took me like 2 days to get the 3 in the foreground even that far. Hands are hard.
No, it's just because we're amazing.
Oh, why? Thank you.
I
Took me forever. Well, I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing this later. They added a Lunar New Year themed Meiji market,
Oh,
and so I'm gonna hop on and play later. I've already done several days worth
I might play
of.
Power World later.
Man, I kind of want to hop on there too. If you're gonna get on the server later, I might do that.
Okay, but I thought you should know I'm not in the same guild.
Oh.
So
You and Whitney started your own guild?
yeah, we were like, didn't want to be in the same guild as Ken.
Oh. Okay. Well, I joined Ken's guild because I was a squishy baby and I didn't want to die a lot.
Have fun when you get back in, because now he's level 41.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Does the base look like a disaster?
No. It
It
looks
doesn't?
like the most upgraded shit you'll ever see in your entire life.
Well, good, because the last time I got on, the base was an absolute fucking disaster. His Astagon got stuck on top of,
Well,
I
I'm
don't know,
sure
I think it was
if you're
maybe a
talking about just the
silo.
pals, then probably. I mean, that's not a fault
Okay.
of his, though. That's just how the
Oh,
game goes.
I know, but part of it was all the pals were still just eating regular berries. So the last time I was on, I think I spent a good 2 hours trying to cook all the berries.
Don't have to cook the berries. Why would you? They can sustain themselves on just berries.
They can, except just berries don't increase their sanity.
Shit.
So if you don't give them cooked food, if you give them just berries, their sanity keeps dropping.
Oh, that's okay.
So you
We don't need them to
have
be
to give them.
sane. We just need them to do their job.
Wow!
Said every corporate retailer ever.
Oh my god, I'm gonna leave Ken's guild and not join yours and just be by myself.
You do your own thing. Don't be surprised if I come over for a raid. Just come by and raid your page for nothing else, just to steal the berries out of the feed box and leave.
Oh, you better not.
Oh, I will. I will.
Oh my.
I'll wait until
Okay,
they're all
well,
cooked,
hey,
and then I'll steal the berries.
it's 8 after. Should we get this bitch started?
Fine. Welcome back, everybody, to the... Oh, I dropped my pen.
Oh my.
To the Panel Protagonists. I'm Melly.
I'm Jess.
And we will be talking about the Spiderverse. More importantly, the expansion of the Spiderverse. But before we get started on things, I want to present to you all the Discord... the Panel Protagonist Discord mascot. This is Lynx as a weenie dog. The artwork was done by Papaya Honey, by the way. You can find her on Discord. Great artist, by the way. This was a quick sketch. In the chaos that had been, I don't know, like a couple of nights ago, when a certain someone practically begged to be demoted for some reason, and he had no role or power within the server at all, but he just wanted to create chaos because who all doesn't want to create chaos? You know what I mean? So, if you like this particular sketch and the cute and funny aspects of the artwork, Papaya Honey on Discord is who you should go to. And
did you tell her you were doing this?
yes, of course I did.
Okay.
Jesus, I wouldn't do this if she told me no.
Okay.
I messaged her the same night that she did
okay.
this. Anyway,
like, sorry, honey, we took your hot dog and we put it on stream.
yeah. So anyway, with that said, there is a guessing game today, Jesse. And for those of you in chat, if you are part of the Panel Protagonists Discord server, if you can guess the characters before Jesse guesses the characters, then you will gain experience points. I don't know who I'm drawing quite yet, because I have to look them up. But I know what I'm going to draw them as, and they're not going to be people.
Are they going to be slimes?
They are not going to be slimes, because I already have a slime Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. So they are going to be Spider-Man characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the whole point of this stream.
Well, I mean, I just had to ask. That was my first question. Are they Spider-Man characters? The answer is yes.
So with that, I shall take it over to Jessie for Jessie's breaking news.
Hello, sister of mine who I see in chat. Say hi to the puppy for me. So, I only have one item in the breaking news segment today because it was a slow 2 weeks worth of news. And this is a very Sony heavy stream today because the only piece of news I have on the segment is about Sony's State of Play.
Oh.
That was last week. Oh. So I just wanted to kind of briefly mention some of the games that were in the State of Play, and then I'll also briefly mention the fact that there was a second follow-up State of Play this week, specifically for Final Fantasy VII, the second part of the remake, which they're calling Rebirth. I guess I'll mention that first. So that happened on Tuesday. And if you guys are following that game, or maybe you played Final Fantasy VII Remake, that happened, I don't know, 2 years ago? Was it last year? Fuck, I don't know. The second part is coming out later this year. There is a demo now available if y'all are interested. I have not seen anyone play it, but I'm being told that there's about an hour worth of gameplay in the demo. Graphics look fire.
Final Fantasy game?
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I thought it came out already.
That was their... Honey, it's massive. They're breaking it up into 3 parts.
What the fuck?
The fuck? Remake was the one that came out earlier. Rebirth is the one that's coming out this year. And then I don't know what they're going to name the third part. I don't know if they've said yet. But it's such a massive rehashing of this game that it needs 3 parts. Aerith didn't even die yet.
Jesus. Oh, well, okay.
She's still alive! Spoilers for a game that's almost 25 years old.
Spoilers, everybody!
Alright, moving into the rest of the State of Play. We got some footage from the second Death Stranding game, which, by the way, I'm going to get. It looks confusing as all hell, but you know I'm going to play anything that comes from Kojima-san. We got a look at this new game from, I think it's Konami. It's called Stellar Blade. It's kind of a cross between Nier Automata and like a, I don't know, pick your Final Fantasy. It kind of looks like that. There was a Silent Hill game, Shadow, dropped from that State of Play. It is a free, very short experience because I think Konami is trying to hype up the Silent Hill franchise again. I hear it's not that great, but I have not played it myself. It's called The Short Message. If you're interested, it is a first-person Silent Hill experience, though. So if you ever wanted a first-person Silent Hill, The Short Message is apparently first-person. There's another Until Dawn coming. They have decided to remake Until Dawn for current gen. So slightly upgraded graphics, although I'm going to be very honest with y'all. I liked Until Dawn. I do think it needs a remake. This game only came out in 2019, 2018. It's not old. And it looked really good.
Well, it is definitely a cat, but that is not the answer I'm looking for. You have to tell me which character it is. Dun, 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 which you probably won't know until I get all of the freaking details attached to it, so...
No, Batman, I have not yet checked out the Duck Goes Moo, but he is now on my list.
Who?
Justin and I were talking about this YouTuber called The Duck Goes Moo the other day after Watch Party.
The Duck Goes Moo.
And so I was I was recommended to watch some of his videos. He's a reaction channel that does reactions to oh gosh, I've completely forgotten. Justin, tell the chat what the Duck Goes Moo does reactions to. They looked funny. But he is now on my...
It couldn't have been that memorable.
On my queue. No, because they were things like, he was reacting to some anime, I think, because we were talking about anime, and that's how it came up.
When do we ever not talk about anime?
Well, I mean, it's me and Batman, so you gotta think we were probably talking about anime.
There's a lot of things you and Batman talk about in chat.
Oh, well, it was after...
A lot of which we can't even repeat. Poor minds.
It was after Watch Party, so we were, for a fact, talking about anime. Anyway, moving on. Some other things that came out of the State of Play. We got this new trailer for Sonic Shadow Generations.
Wait,
which is a... Yep, it's a game featuring Knuckles. So if you're a Knuckles fan, Sonic Shadow Generations
definitely
coming out this fall.
Sorry, I had something stuck in my throat.
Okay. There's a Dave the Diver update.
If you know, chat, you know.
Dave the Diver update coming. For those of us who have played Dave the Diver, Gojira is coming to Dave the Diver. And Dave is also coming to PlayStation. So I think that means Dave the Diver is now on all consoles, which is pretty cool. Dave the Diver is a great little game. There were a handful of other little games in the showcase. Dragon's Dogma 2 got a new trailer. There was a game called Rise of Ronin.
Oh, Dragon's Dogma is getting another game.
It's only got one.
I know. They should have just stopped at one.
Why? It was amazing.
They should have just stopped at one.
Dragon's Dogma was amazing.
Because sequels don't.
Dragon's Dogma 2 also looks amazing. Y'all, I don't know if Melly is a Dragon's Dogma fan.
I wasn't truly that into the game. Say what you will about me, I don't care. I don't care! Bring on your hatred, it gives me power.
I loved Dragon's Dogma.
It wasn't that bad.
And to be honest with you, I probably won't play Dragon's Dogma 2 just because it's coming out at a time when I'm not gonna have enough time in the the backlog of shit that I have to play is just so long. And Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to be such a massive game.
I have no idea where I'm going with this drawing, but the pose of the drawing makes me laugh. So I'm just going to keep it.
Are you drawing? Hang on. Pause. Are you drawing these characters as cats?
Why not?
Okay, so is every character going to be a cat?
I don't know how many I'm gonna draw, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go until the time goes out, and then we'll just debate it from there.
Are they all gonna be cats?
Might.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, man.
All right. Cool. No, Justin, Dave, the diver. Dave, not date. Dave, the diver.
All right. Asking you for a date again?
No, he completely misheard the name of the game. Anyway, that's all I had for the
oh my god, finally
breaking news segment. I accidentally closed the notes. Whoopsie daisy.
Oh my
Let me just open those. But oh no, I didn't. They're just in another town. Oh my god, I can't.
Oh my god. We're trying to stream here. Oh my god.
I can't with you right
together.
Now.
Date the driver should be a goofy speed dating game. Oh god.
I don't know who you think I am, but getting my shit together is not one of the things I'm capable of right now.
Oh man, ain't that the truth for everybody in chat?
Anyway. Alrighty. So, without further ado, let's get into Spidey stuff, shall we?
Yes.
So, yes. I know you all have watched at least one Spider-Man movie, and it's probably not the one that started the Spiderverse. So today, we are talking almost exclusively about Sony's Spiderverse, not the grander Marvel picture, because it's getting confusing, but Sony's specifically.
That's a lot to think about. There's a lot of Spider-Man.
It's still a lot. Yeah.
And to me, the only Spider-Man I could think of other than Tom Holland, because I actually like Tom Holland's portrayal of Spider-Man and that whole, sector of the Spider-Man universe. But I grew up with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, which is apparently, not Sony now?
And no, it is Sony. And a little bit further down, I will talk about why that is not usually considered part of the Spider-Verse. Because it's not.
I'm sorry, everybody, I'm looking up shit on the internet right now.
So Sony's Spider-Verse, as it exists today, actually begins with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
Hold up.
So,
really?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's not after Tobey's?
Yes.
We're talking about timeline.
We're talking about the creation that is their Spider-Verse. So, if you want to think of it as a timeline, that's fine. But this is not a thing that's as convoluted as Marvel's quote-unquote timeline. Because you have to realize that Spider-Man exists as multiple people through multiple, there was an Amazing Spider-Man and a Marvelous Spider-Man and an Ultimate Spider-Man and I don't even know. And then for some point he went through aliases and
now there's more Spider-Man that's not even Peter Parker. It's Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy and oh gosh.
Right. So the early on, the rehashing of the early storyline that Sony did.
Because Sony's weird, yes.
They tried. So I guess I'll talk about it now. So Sony, it just makes more sense now. So Sony had the rights to Spider-Man, all the rights to Spider-Man. So they had purchased
it's so weird.
all of the rights from Marvel.
Okay, yeah, because it was Marvel who created Spider-Man, correct?
Correct.
And it's so strange to me that I almost said the wrong name, and everybody would have cracked down on me. Stan Lee.
So quite.
It's so weird that
it wasn't created by Stan.
Oh, wasn't?
Spider-Man was not created by Stan.
Yeah. Gasp.
So quite a few years ago, when Marvel,
lore! We're getting the lore.
when Marvel was not currently the Marvel that we know, it was down hard, right? And they had to get some money fast, so they sold Sony the rights to Spider-Man and all of his menagerie.
All of his menagerie.
To do with what they will. And that was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of characters.
Jesus.
And Sony
there was always a multitude of different Spider-Men? Can you guys tell that I don't yes, words. Words.
So the only thing that Marvel held on to was the comic book rights.
Oh. But
everything else, the film rights, the TV rights, everything, that belonged to Sony. So Sony could, make the big projects.
Yeah.
And Marvel could retain Spider-Man's original storyline.
Right.
The original, how he came to be.
Mm-hmm.
And when it became evident that comic book movies were popular again. And Sony hadn't really lived up to their Spider-Man potential. Sony and Marvel renegotiated this contract, this long-standing contract that they had over the film and TV rights for Spider-Man, right? So that was shortly after the Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man, right? The Sam Raimi movies were in the early aughts. And then there was 2 versions of the Andrew Garfield films, and then they renegotiated the contract. And that was right about the time that the MCU peaked, and they wanted to introduce Spider-Man into the fold. But Marvel couldn't do that because they didn't have the film rights. You follow me?
Vaguely, but yes. I'm sure chat's following you just fine, but me.
So Marvel needed to retain the film rights to Spider-Man from Sony in order to introduce Spider-Man to the MCU.
Okay. Now I get you. Yeah.
But they didn't do it completely, and I don't understand the full context of the contract because both Marvel and Sony are making Spider-Man movies now, and Sony is also contracted to make several TV shows.
Sony's making Spider-Man movies now? Right now?
Yeah. It's Sony in association with Marvel, and then there's a third production unit in there.
Stuff? Or is that okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if maybe it just covers the Peter Parker version of Spider-Man. I'm not.
Like
I'm
the
not sure.
licensing agreement only covers like one version of the like myriad of other
Yeah,
Spider-Men that are in
maybe
the
so.
multiverse.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I
So
got you. Oh man.
so if we look back, uh, the Sony Spider-Verse really has its start with the second movie in Andrew Garfield's series.
I haven't seen any of the
And
Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I won't even mince.
so they were okay. Andrew himself was a fine Spider-Man, but those movies were just kind of meh. Um,
Oh, sad face.
the some of the villains that he faced were pretty good in those movies. Electro was a very good villain in the movie that he was in, and I kind of hope they bring him back because I feel like he didn't get enough
Screen time?
screen time. Yeah.
My
Anyway,
favorite Spider-Man villain is Doc Ock.
but he's a lot of people's favorite Spider-Man villain.
There's a lot going on for that villain. Anyway,
So the second Andrew Garfield movie didn't do very well, and so
is that the one where
Sony
What's-Her-Face dies?
maybe I can't remember.
I'm not gonna say the name just because like I haven't seen it and I was spoiled by it. So if you haven't seen it, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. I just know that What's-Her-Face dies.
Yeah, that's potentially where the movie that happens, but
anyway,
I can't remember.
The second movie just didn't do well. That's all I need to
yeah. So Sony took a look at their current slate of movies, and they had this grand vision that they'd been planning for a while. They actually tried to begin it several movies before, but they ran into an issue years prior with their original agreement with Marvel. Now, why they didn't renegotiate their original agreement with Marvel way back then, I don't know. I'm kind of glad they didn't, because I feel like they would have fucked it up back then if they'd started it then. As, you know, yeah. People probably wouldn't have been available when they started this, and the experience we got out of it ultimately would have been completely different. So, so they had these original Sam Raimi movies, right? And those came at a time when they couldn't contractually do what they wanted to do. Then they have these Andrew Garfield movies. And halfway through, they run into an issue.
Oh.
They make the third one, and it's still kind of okay. But they're already thinking, we need to rethink our strategy.
Oh.
So halfway through the Andrew Garfield movies, they renegotiate with Marvel. Mm-hmm. And that's when we get to where we are with the creation of Sony's version of their Spider-Verse. So they've abandoned Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. And so they've abandoned Tobey Maguire, and they've not completely abandoned Andrew Garfield because he's still canon to Sony's Spider-Verse. Tobey is not. But
but it makes sense now with the newest Marvel Spider-Man. I guess it's the newest one, where they had them come back as like a, I'm gonna call it as a reunion. That's not what it is, but I'm to conceptualize it better.
They're different versions of himself.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's kind of a reunion. So we get Tom Holland Spider-Man. Yeah. And this was the first deal movie that they did after they renegotiated with Marvel. So that Marvel could take Tom Holland's Spider-Man and put them into the MCU. This was the crossover that they wanted, and this begins the inextricable melding of what Sony is doing with what Marvel is doing, and in fact, they are linking themselves even more because the Venom characters are now going over, and the Spiderverse characters have come over from the MCU. So they're just kind of all coming together. I don't know.
There's a lot of very inappropriate things going on with the fandom. For Venom.
Well, I was just thinking, if they ever wanted to separate these two entities, they're never going to be able to.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So, Batman said, and thank you very much, Sony has a deal to include Spider-Man in a set amount of MCU movies. I did not know that.
Set amount? So Sony was just like, okay, yeah, you can make Spider-Man movies, but you can only make 3. And specifically 3. And they have to be below the 3-hour mark per movie.
Who knows what the actual, context of that is. Maybe it's a Tom Holland thing. Maybe it's you have to include only Spider-Man in maybe like you said, like 3 movies, and then we get the film rights back.
That's so freaking weird. Like, I don't know. That seems a little weird and fishy to me.
I don't know. Maybe they couldn't think of anything better. I certainly can't think of anything better.
Shenanigans. That's what it is.
So, Tom Holland Spider-Man is not... yes, he's a pretty good Spider-Man. Kind of restarts the story again. He is the ultimate Spider-Man, so for you guys who actually... understand the difference between the original Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man. Tom Holland represents the Ultimate Spider-Man from the comic books timeline. And that's who Sony has... Oh, thank you, Justin, for breaking that down. Tom Holland's Spider-Man has...
this is why I quit watching Marvel, to be honest with you.
has started... Now, Sony's Spiderverse. But he's also in the MCU. And Marvel... sorry, I'm going to mix these two up. This is going to get hard.
Well, try your best. We got you. Okay, Jesse, it's already confusing enough. It's confusing enough. It's okay to be confused. Don't make me feel human.
Sony had these plans pre the Tom Holland Spider movies to create movies and TV shows based on characters that were not Spider-Man and his immediately adjacent characters, right? So MJ, Aunt May, Doc Ock, all those people. Yeah. So they begin immediately after Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So Sony takes a look at all the characters that they have in their retinue after their new agreement with Marvel is inked. And they take the ones that they deem are going to be financial successes. And they have one in their back pocket that they've been holding on to for... quite some time that I'm going to talk about in a second. That is the movie that they actually wanted to make the first time when they ran into the first problem with their contract. But instead, the movie that they make first is Morbius, which was an awful movie. If you guys saw it, it was
Morbius
horrible.
Like, excuse you, madam.
Did you ever see Morbius?
No.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
Of course I didn't. I haven't watched. I haven't watched Marvel since Endgame. Like any of the new
This one isn't even.
season.
It's not Marvel.
It was
It's a Sony production.
Oh yeah, well see, other than the Spider-Man series, I don't generally watch anything made by Sony, so
Yeah. So Sony, in their ultimate wisdom,
is that what we're calling it?
they picked this character who could have been great. So in theory, this film could have done really well.
Okay.
This character is amazing, actually. But what they did instead was they cast Jared can't fucking act out of a paper bag Leto.
No, okay. Yeah.
And they ruined it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
This movie could have been something.
They probably saw him because he played the Joker, right?
Yes. Also, not a good rendition of the Joker.
They probably saw his portfolio of the Joker and went, "Oh my god, that was amazing," and decided to hire him.
He needs to stop acting, but that's a rant for another time.
Oh.
So, I so wished for this movie to be good. They really tried to make it something.
He can in the right setting. Debatable. Wow, that sound effect. He does psychopaths very well. I haven't. Yeah.
I know you love him, but he's not an actor. He needs to stick to his cult thing.
His cult thing?
He has a cult.
Oh. So I'm cutting stream off now. Let's go.
Surprise! He has a cult, everyone. Moving on.
Just unperturbed by the information, and I'm over here reeling from this information.
Well, yeah. Hence why he does psychopaths well. That's true. He did the one villain from there was a Blade Runner. The most recent Blade Runner.
Oh.
He was in that. And that was an okay acting job for him. But outside of that, it was not good. Anywho.
What? Leo. We did not come to this stream to talk about shoddy acting.
We didn't. What Sony tried to do with Morbius was really use it as a stepping stone movie. They definitely tried to set up the Sinister Six at the end of this movie in its end credit scene. They could have set up Sinister Six so easily with this. They also could have set up Morbius to be a bigger thing in their own universe, but this movie was so bad and it was so memed that there's no way they can return to this character, especially if they don't recast him. Maybe in like 15 to 20 years when everyone's forgotten the previous movie and they've moved on, they can try again.
Aaron,
was it Morbius?
Dahmer?
What?
She's talking about a serial killer thing on one of the streaming channels.
Oh, okay.
And I thought it was Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, I think, oh my gosh, what's his name? A pop singer played Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh.
Oh gosh, what's his name? I can picture his face. He's a very, very, very popular pop singer. Or he used to be, except I think he's pretty much transitioned full-time into acting. Yeah, he was a Disney person. Because that makes sense.
He did it. Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess when you're tight on money, I mean, shit. It's a tough world out there right now.
He was definitely not tight on money when they cast him to play Jeffrey Dahmer.
He was just like, oh, hell yeah, I want to play a serial killer. Who doesn't?
Yeah. I agree with you, Batman. Sony needs to reset their Marvel companions for everything except Spider-Man. They've already, most of that cast isn't coming back.
For what cast?
For Marvel, for the MCU.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that why they killed off a bunch of people?
Maybe. I don't know. Could be.
Could be. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll accept that because I don't want an email later from particular studios. It's like, please,
Marvel's
please
gonna
take
see
down
this
your
later.
live stream right now. We won't ask again. We'll come to your house. Like, yes, please. Can you shovel my driveway when you get here?
So, the movie that Sony had in their back pocket for quite some time because they couldn't make it work the first time.
Morbius. I can't even say it because I want to say Mobius. That ain't right.
Well, I mean, there is a character in the MCU called Mobius. But he doesn't have his own movie. He could. He'd be worthy of his own movie.
Potentially.
But it's not this movie, and it would be a lot better.
Evan Peters.
What?
That's what Justin said.
Oh, okay.
Evan Peters.
So, the movie is Venom.
Oh.
That's the one that they really wanted to do from the get-go.
That's right. Yeah.
And they tried to make it
everything is coming back to me again.
Yeah, so they tried to make it pre-Andrew Garfield movies, which means it would have come out either in conjunction with The Amazing Spider-Man or it would have come out before The Amazing Spider-Man. And it would have been a completely different movie. So I'm kind of glad that they didn't make it really when they wanted to, because it likely would not have had the same cast, wouldn't have had the same director, writers, anything.
Yeah.
But they make it further on down the line, like 10 years later. And it's amazing. And I'm so glad that Marvel didn't buy this character back. Because this is the character that Sony is now using as a jumping point to build their Spiderverse. Most of the characters that they're using are heavily associated with Venom. So some people are tending to call Sony's Spider-Verse the Venomverse instead. Or think of them as separate entities. They have the Spider-Verse and then they have the Venomverse. Because I don't know if you know this. You probably don't. Nope. I don't know why I didn't. There's a whole huge cast of symbiotes. And Sony, if they wanted to, could just build a whole roster of symbiotes and make a whole bunch of movies based on all the symbiotes. They've already done 2. They have a 3rd one on the slate.
Jesus.
And they could just keep going. They're good movies. Have you ever seen any of them?
No.
Oh, you have to.
I've seen the memes, so it's not like the interest is not there. It's the I don't have the time. I think.
Okay, well that's fair. If you don't have the time, that's fair.
Yesterday was the first time I picked up a video game in weeks.
So Venom is very funny. It's very
very funny.
It's very funny.
Very nice description there.
It it does not take itself seriously in kind of the same way that Deadpool does not take itself seriously.
Yeah, that was kind of the gist that I got from the various amounts of memes that I've seen floating around the internet.
Yeah,
So that makes
there's
sense.
there's an especially good interaction between the guy who plays Eddie Brock and the voice actor who actually voices Venom, who very, very clearly does not give two shits if Eddie Brock survives anything that he does. But also can't let him die. And it's just, they're hilarious together. The play with the two of them is so funny.
So there's a lot of chemistry happening with the actors, is what I'm hearing.
Yes. Even though you can't see
really
one
nice,
of them,
actually.
that he's essentially talking to himself, but it's very, very funny. So this is the film that well and truly would kick off the sort of new version of Sony's Spider-Verse, because up until that point, the Tom Holland Spider-Man films kind of existed in a world by themselves. And until he was integrated into other things, it was just Spider-Man. It was our third take at Spider-Man, and we had this huge, ever-expanding MCU thing happening on the side. And then all of a sudden we get this Venom movie, and it's like, oh,
Like,
there's
hello, you
there's
sexy thing.
there's photos of Spider-Man all over the place in Venom.
Oh,
And you get J. Jonah Jameson, if I remember right, also on the radio in Venom. So there's this tie-in to those. And then in Carnage, I think they're trying to actually make the characters meet. Spider-Man and Venom have not officially met yet in film. So they're trying to make that happen. In the second movie, trying to remember if that symbiote met a spider person. I want to say yes, but it wasn't Venom.
oh.
Batman, if you remember that movie, help me out.
Help a girl out.
Because I don't remember. I've only seen it once. But it was also very, very good.
Sad Spider Cat. Yeah, I guess. Kind of looks like he's sad because of the... Yeah, okay.
I guess I should try and make a...
Should try and at least ask questions about it.
Yeah. I've been watching you draw the costume, and I'm stuck on the things on his wrist. And I just can't... So, okay, so here's my first question.
Oh,
is
boy.
this a spider person?
This is a spider person, yes.
Okay. I can't think of a single
Pouchman.
Spider-Man who wears anything on his wrists except for Pouchman. Except for Tom Holland's Spider-Man, who can't produce the webs himself. So he wears those things from oh no, wait, is that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man?
Huh?
One of the two of them produces webs from a device.
I do believe Tom Holland's one of them. I thought Andrew Garfield also did it. I thought Tobey Maguire's version was one of the...
Tobey's Spider-Man can produce them naturally.
Oh. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Because he has the sticky hands thing.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I think his is one of the very few that can do it naturally.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's what I was
So,
gonna say.
okay, so I will just ask you, is this a Spider-Man?
This is a Spider-Man, yes.
Okay. Do I have to guess which one?
Yes.
Shit.
And you might not, because this when I looked up this character, I was like, oh shit. I might get everybody in chat actually with this.
Oh, okay.
Except
so
for
this
maybe
is
Batman, if Batman can actually, you know.
So this is not a Spider-Man we've seen, I'm guessing, in film.
No.
Okay.
This is from the I guess the multiverse, like the expanded multiverse.
Is it a Spider-Man that showed up in Across the Spider-Verse?
Oh. That was the second Miles Morales movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I think I've only seen the first.
Oh.
Let me do a Google search. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He was in Across the Spiderverse.
There were an awful lot of cameos.
Oh my god, and the voice
Across
actor
the
for him?
Spider-Verse.
Oh my god. I can't tell you who the voice actor is, but I'll tell you at the end. That's amazing, though. Sorry, everybody. But yes, this Spider-Man did appear in the Across the Spider-Verse for the second movie of Miles Morales.
The one who wore the red and blue hoodie. Is that Spider-Punk?
No.
There's so many wacky Spider-Men.
I definitely, is it red though? Hang on, hold up. I think it's red. No, there's no red on this hoodie. He does wear the traditional, Spider-Man undersuit, but his hoodie is not red and blue, it's just blue.
Totally
it is Scarlet Spider! Congratulations!
Oh.
Do you know who,
Cheater! She looked it up.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Did she, okay. Cool. Without looking it up, can you tell me who actually is underneath that mask? Who their name is? I'll give you extra bonus XP if you can do it without looking it up.
Oh, she can't do it without looking it up.
If chat can give me the name of Scarlet Spider's identity without looking it up, I'll give you bonus XP.
Oh,
good luck, everybody. May the odds be forever in your favor.
Well, with that handy segue, the next item on my list is, in fact, Miles Morales' Spiderverse.
Hey!
Yeah!
Wow. That's amazing!
Justin wants to know the voice actor or the character.
Okay, so the voice actor, and I had to look it up. The voice actor for Scarlet Spider is Andy Samberg. And if you guys don't know who that is, he's one of the main characters from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Wasn't he also the voice of Hiccup?
I think so. Hiccup from,
I think he was. How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Well, while chat tries to guess who the Scarlet Spider is, if you guys are gonna pick a Spider-Man movie to watch these two. The animated Spider-Verse movies, because they are so good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I think it's pretty well known from just the short time that we've talked about Spider-Man that Mel and I both prefer Miles Morales over Peter Parker.
Yep.
Just because, at least for me, I think Peter feels I don't want to say old, but just kind of more traditional. Is that correct? Peter
What?
Benjamin Parker?
No, I said I already answered that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh my god, you never listened to me.
I'm sorry. So somebody at Sony knew what they were doing with this project. I don't know who. I don't know who to thank. But somebody at the studio is responsible for this, and they absolutely knew what they were doing. Especially given the timing with the release of the first Sony Spider-Man game, the one for PS4. And then they did it a second time, so I think they're doing it intentionally with the second one that came out for PS5 last year.
Oh yeah, that was a big deal when it came out too last year.
And it released pretty close to the debut of the second Spiderverse movie.
Yeah.
So the second one they definitely did on purpose. The first one they probably did on purpose. These two Spider-Verse films are such an immense financial success.
Hang on,
that
Aaron, I think there are two different voice actors for Hiccup. The one from the movies and one from the show. They're two different voice actors. Anyway, you were saying, Jess?
I was just... What? Who are you talking to?
Me? I was talking to Aaron in
No,
the chat.
no, Aaron.
Oh. I was like, you should know who I'm talking to.
One of her fans showed up on the stream, but got delito from the chat.
Oh, interesting.
And I didn't do it.
Also interesting.
Yep. So,
yeah. I mean, I think there was only one voice actor in How to Train Your Dragon that actually came back for the shows.
Oh, you censored... Well, I mean, I saw you censored yourself, but then YouTube just censored you entirely. So... I'll look at the auto mod later and see if I can't fix that.
That's funny. I'm not even paying attention. I'm just trying to draw Scarlet Spider over here as a very
as a kitty cat.
As a kitty cat in a very odd position.
Yep.
Because I can.
What I was gonna say is, Sony, somebody at Sony may actually be regretting certain terms of their agreement with Marvel.
Oh.
Given how much money these two movies have made.
Yeah. I can only imagine, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, with the second film coming out, the possibilities are,
endless.
Virtually endless. Except for, if there's terms in their agreement with Marvel that would prevent them from introducing any of these spider variants to their Spider-Verse, which there probably are, given that many of them are
the contract, the licensing agreement must be like 1,000 pages. I can't imagine that it is a short agreement, especially with all the stipulations and conditions that Sony has made out for Marvel. It would not surprise me if the licensing agreements for Marvel is like, yes.
Yeah, and especially since they're owned by Disney, and they were owned by Disney when they made that new contract, so they got all those big fancy Disney lawyers.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Of course they did.
Yeah, there's all sorts of possibilities that came out of that movie. And they could, if they wanted to, make a movie about Spider-Gwen. I don't think
I'm surprised they haven't, honestly, with how much she's appeared.
I don't think they will. However, they are about to make a film. Is it a film? Hang on, let me double check. Nope, it's a TV show.
Oh, of course
that could introduce one of the cameo Spider-Men. There was a noir Spider-Man.
Yeah.
In the second film, and I just learned about this show today. But Amazon has ordered several live action shows, so not animated, live action, that are going to be on Prime, and one of them is called Silk Spider Society. This is about a character called Silk, and I don't know anything other than the fact that this show is in production with Amazon, and it could, again, cameo this noir Spider-Man. And that's literally all I know. But this is a female Spider-Man. So, I mean, Spider-Gwen possibly cameo, not sure. I don't know the story for Silk. That's out of my realm of knowledge.
Of your
I'd have to do some
Your
homework on that one.
Marvel-y expertise.
I'd have to do some homework. I mean, the roster of characters for Spider-Man, I was not kidding you. It's like 900 characters.
What the hell?
I know. It's a lot.
Why?
So, because
Spider-Man's a popular character? Question mark.
Well, maybe because he's a very popular character. Maybe because those super early Marvel and DC characters, they really did just have extremely large character collections. Oh. I mean, Spider-Man came about roughly at the same time period as Batman and Superman. And those two characters also have extremely large character portfolios. And it's a lot. It's a lot. Justin, it's funny you mentioned Madam Web, because I'm going to mention that here in just a little bit.
We're going to get right there to it.
I'm going to get to that one here in a second.
Hang tight, bud. It's coming.
Yeah. Okay, so the next project that we're going to get, and I'm not super psyched about this one, but I'm probably going to... No.
Okay.
Kraven the Hunter.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's just, meh. Kraven the Hunter. Oh. Sony introduced Kraven in the Spider-Man game that got released last year. If you didn't play it, don't worry about it. You aren't missing much.
Ooh, that's bad.
Of all the bad guys, and all the huge, character list that is Spider-Man's rogues gallery, that I just got done saying is hundreds of characters. Yep. Sony chose a dude who has no actual superpowers. He's just the world's best hunter. And he wants to prove it by killing Spider-Man. So that's what he's gonna do. He's
What's wrong with characters that don't have superpowers, huh, Jess?
He's going after Spider-Man. Oh. And what he does is he takes a potion, and this is maybe the funniest part. maybe the second funniest part. The potion is made by quote unquote various unnamed jungle herbs.
Someone definitely did not do their research on jungle.
You're just supposed to believe that it works.
Okay. What is this, a fairy tale?
I mean, okay, Aaron, you have a point.
What?
The Avengers have a dude that shoots arrows real good.
Well, at least, okay, so the lady who can fight real good, at least she's got a backstory that's explained in a standalone movie.
Oh, no, this guy has a backstory. It's quite tragic. He's got a daddy that does have superpowers. And brothers that do have superpowers. Angie issues. Daddy issues.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
Found it.
He's got a lot of stuff going on. He is very much like Batman on mushrooms. He is an anti-hero.
On mushrooms?
I mean, he's taken
That's funny.
a potion that makes him rage.
Okay, the Hulk.
So, I mean, yeah. That's fair. Outside of the whole potion makes me strong thing,
it's like
he's
Popeye the Sailor Man, but with
he's like crazy smart.
Oh,
he's crazy smart.
Such a stereotypical.
And he's quote unquote an Olympic level athlete.
Okay, they're trying way too fucking hard with this villain.
So very strong, very smart.
Okay. When you
the
said
only
the
thing...
greatest hunter, I was like, okay, that's not too bad. But now that you like brought in the other elements, I can understand why you were like about.
He just seems quite generic for a Superman, Spider-Man. This is getting really hard, guys. The more of these I do, the harder it gets. They're all blending together. So here's the only thing I want from this movie.
Yeah.
In the end credits scene, I want somebody to put this actor in Craven's comics accurate suit. So I will now describe for you Craven's comics accurate suit, because it is something that belongs
in a museum
on SpongeBob.
Oh. Mermaid Man and Butterfly.
So just imagine this for a second.
Oh no.
You have this very obviously buff manly man.
Yeah.
And on this person, he is wearing tight leopard print pants.
No. Okay.
No shirt. What instead he has is an actual lion's head for a vest.
What the flying fuck?
And it gets better. He's got a zebra pelt belt, and he's thrown on some crocodile teeth for accessories.
He's like a cross between like something you'd see from SpongeBob and Zoolander.
Oh, Zoolander's a great comparison. I just want, that's all I want. I want to see it. That'll make the whole movie worth it.
He's fabulous! Don't knock it till you try it, though. Let's go!
That is not what they have put the actor in for the movie.
Oh no!
But
Who's gonna want to come and watch a man in leopard print pants and a lion's head with...
I just want somebody, or even if it's like a cameo of somebody in the movie, like walking around New York City with all that shit on.
That's Oh my
I just
God.
want to see it.
I'm sure back in the day when they made this comic, they were like, "This is fun. We should try this idea." And like everybody at the storyboard committee was like, "Yeah, bro, let's put him in leopard print pants because leopard print's all the rage right now." And it just went through, and now like they're looking back, going, "Why did we do this?"
I think it probably translates a little bit better on the page than it does on screen because it's a yes.
Yeah. Period.
Oh, that's the thank you, Justin.
What happened?
You, when we're done, go and look at the picture that Justin posted.
Hold up. Okay. Let me just save this for a second, and I'm gonna
Okay.
do it right now. Oh, I could do that on my phone. What am I doing? Oh, shit. Okay, let me look on my phone. Give me a second, guys.
It's pretty amazing.
Old lady. I got a couple of different messages right now.
Let's put him in as much fur as possible. Yeah, that's probably something that they were thinking, since he's, the world's best hunter.
Yeah, that's definitely something I could see somebody back in the day when the comic books were a huge hit going, yeah, let's put him in leopard print pants. And give him a lion's head for best. Wow. Great character design. Doesn't really age well, though. They're
No.
Capris! They are! They're Capris! Like, the more you look at it, the worse it gets.
Yeah, the more you look at it, the worse it gets.
You can't unsee that shit. So, if you're part of the Panel Protagonists Discord server, I'm sorry, but we can't offer you free therapy.
Oh, no, there's no... You don't need therapy for this. This is amazing.
I might need therapy after seeing that. I don't know about you.
Oh, I don't need therapy for this. It's amazing. Okay. Moving on now to the project that Batman mentioned earlier, which is Madam Web.
I've been seeing a lot of like promotional TikToks about it, and I keep skipping through them because I don't care.
Well, this one is interesting. It's less Spider-Man than I think we're all thinking it's going to be, just based on its name. So Madam Web is actually, as a character, not a spider person. She is a mutant. And the original Madam Web was... So, okay, the original Madam Web was an old lady. And she had some sort of disease where she couldn't move. She was blind. And so somebody, I think it was her husband, hooks her up to this this medical device that looks an awful lot like a spider web. And they take to calling it the Web of Life. And her mutant ability just happens to be that she is a telepath and a precog. So she uses her abilities to reach out. And, well, at first, reach out. She gets communicated with. She has, like, these premonitions of the future. And then she reaches out to try to find the people that the premonitions are about. And I think the show is going to be about a different Madam Web, a younger Madam Web, who is just going to be learning how to use these powers. She does go out and find actual spider people. Who then probably Sony is going to turn around and make shows with.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
One of them is going to turn out to be Spider-Girl. The other two, one of them is Spider-Woman. The other one has a different name, and I cannot remember what it is.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's okay. I mean, there's a lot of spider people, and most of them are called Spider-Man, so when one of them is different, it's kind of hard to remember them all. But definitely one is Spider-Girl, and one is one version of Spider-Woman. Yes.
Crazy.
The thing about Madam Web that I wish was different, I wish it was a series, but it's a movie.
I thought it was a series.
I think it's a movie.
Oh. I
Yeah.
sworn it was a series.
And
Maybe I
I
it wrong.
I really feel like it needs to be
Like it's a fucking thing.
yeah, it needs to, it feels like it needs to be an episodic thing.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not.
That's unfortunate.
Oh well.
Yep.
And then there's another TV show that I just learned about this morning.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
Based on a character that I have never heard of before.
Scarlet Spider?
No.
Which, by the way, no one has still guessed the name of that, the identity of Scarlet Spider, so it's still up in the air.
Well, it's voiced by a man, and it's not Peter Parker,
Oh.
and it's not Miles Morales.
Oh.
So,
Did you have a brain blast?
I did have a brain blast. I did, but now I can't remember his name.
What the fuck? How did I get that spot?
Is it,
Oh, that's right.
man, I don't even remember if he becomes... no, he doesn't. Never mind. He's just always a bad guy. Never mind. Brain blast ended.
Oh, that was a very quick and short brain
Yeah,
blast.
I was going to say, is it
nowhere.
Harry Osborn? But Harry Osborn never becomes a Spider-Man. It's just always bad guys.
Unfortunate.
I don't know.
Well,
No
I guess the world will
idea.
never know now. I guess
Oh,
chat's just gonna have to like sit there like that SpongeBob meme at the cafe, rethinking their life because now they're gonna be wondering what you were thinking. And
Yep.
Now it's gone forever.
Arachne. That's the girl's name. The other Spider-Woman. That's who the third character is. Okay, this show that I found out about this morning, it's called
Right, we were on that.
Yep, it's called El Muerto. And
Oh, very
It's-
interesting. Okay, got my interest.
it's apparently it's one of his bad guys.
Oh.
And he's a wrestler.
Oh, lost my attention.
I know. It was supposed to have Bad Bunny in it, but now it doesn't have Bad Bunny in it. And I'm
I miss what we were
glad it doesn't have Bad
Aaron,
Bunny
you're
in
not
it.
the only one who's a little lost right now. It's okay. You could be lost with me.
I missed what we're talking about. We're just talking about this show that I just learned about this morning. This Spider-Man show that's apparently in production. It's been removed from the release slate, but word from Sony is it's not been officially canceled yet. So it's still in production. Just, they've lost their main cast member.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the person who was gonna play the titular character. No longer playing the titular character.
That could raise concerns, or it could just be like something happened with the actor, or...
Oh, he's not an actor. He is a wrestler.
God damn it!
Music person. I'm not going to say artist because I don't think that highly of this person.
That's really sad.
He's a rapper,
Oh,
and I'm sure you can
I can make some.
you can imagine what comes of a wrestler turned rapper.
Yeah, I can make I can make deductions. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So yeah. Anyway, there's that show sometime in the future, and who else, or who knows what else they remember, or God, I can't talk anymore. Who else
Couldn't
knows
type either earlier, so
what
I mean,
Sony has on the docket? Do you remember anything else he was in? Absolutely no idea. I don't know if he's been in anything else ever.
that's really sad.
Bad Bunny. That's his name.
That's really sad.
I don't know if that's his real name, or his rapper name, or his wrestler name. I have no clue. But if you look up El Muerto, Sony's El Muerto, you will find a picture of him.
Hopefully
And then
not
you'll...
in a compromised position like certain other people.
No, it's just it's a headshot. You might recognize him. Maybe not. I don't know.
We don't know anything wrestling, Justin. I'm very excited.
Oh, he was a rapper first and then he went to wrestling? Oh. Interesting.
Well,
he pulled a...
You learn something new every day, Jess.
He did one of those YouTuber things.
Oh, YouTuber
Yeah.
things? Is that what we're calling it now?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of influencers turning to wrestling these days for whatever reason.
Oh, interesting.
I don't understand the draw, but
That's what it was.
there's a lot of people doing it.
That's right.
Yeah, just like Logan Paul.
Oh.
Because he can get that one brain cell beaten out of him.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Not me saying more bad things about Logan Paul. Oh no.
Oh no. Get an email.
Oh no.
Like, okay.
From who? Logan Paul?
Yep. Please take down your video. Like, okay.
No.
No, thank you. I have freedom of speech.
No.
In this country.
Yeah, so that's everything currently on the docket for Sony's Spiderverse, but I would not be at all surprised if we hear about a third Spider-Verse movie, the Miles Morales ones. There is a third Venom movie already planned. I don't know when it's coming out. I don't think they know when it's coming out.
They're probably I just want to announce it, get people hyped and shit about it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. But it's in production. It's going to come out. And then who knows? Maybe we'll get another Spider-Man, since I think Tom is done playing him.
Oh, that's
I think so. That could be wrong. I don't know. I shouldn't talk before I know.
Probably.
Anyway,
okay.
That's the end of my my stream topics. Do you have anything to add, Melly?
No, not of real importance anyway.
Not of real importance. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for coming out and hanging out with us today, guys.
Damn.
Next week, we will be talking about Tomb Raider. And I haven't decided if we're just going to be talking about the video games, or if we're going to talk about just the movies, or if I'm going to make a real big attempt and do both.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Well, I can already tell you that I know more about the movies than I do the games.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really play
Well,
the games. I watched my brother play the games, but I
know.
did not.
Maybe we'll do both then.
Oh, fancy.
All right. Well, come back next week, guys. Same time, same place for Tomb Raider.
I'm trying to draw here, Jesse. Oh my god.
Well, too bad. The stream's over.
Ah! Okay, fine. I'll stop. It's alright, I got my base color down anyway. Let me save this before I lose it. Well, thank you guys for coming out and watching me draw this very fancy Scarlet Spider that I'm very proud of myself that it took people having to look up the name. By the way, I'm going to say the name. The identity of Scarlet Spider is Ben Reilly. So anyway, whoop, 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 whoop. Scarlet Tanuki!
The Scarlet Tanuki.
That's very funny. Anyway, so thank you guys for coming out. I will be finishing this Scarlet Spider on Tuesday's Doodle Time. That is the afternoon Doodle Time. And I'm actually really happy that I can get back to doing 2 Doodle Times a week now instead of just the one. It's been a little crazy. The convention took it way out of me. And speaking of conventions, everybody, Whitney and I will be attending another convention in 2 weeks. It is Stockton Con Winter. It's at Stockton, California, at the Stockton Arena. So if you are part of the Panel Protagonists Discord server or the Mel's Log Facebook and Instagram pages, you'll get all the information about where we will be at in the arena and who all and guests will be coming. So if you are in California around the Sacramento Stockton area, I highly recommend going to this convention. It's a pretty popular convention. It's a pretty fun convention. And then you could come find Whitney and I. So with that, join the Panel Protagonists Discord server. We have interactive chats, doodle times where I do live art, and you can come hang out with me, ask questions, be weird, because there's no judgment on being weird. Watch parties, game nights, and more. So there's lots to do in the Panel Protagonists Discord server, so come on by and join the weird. And if that's not your piece of cake, you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Melslog. I do post updates on finished art pieces that I'm currently working on. Whether they are exclusive to the Panel Protagonist stream is a different story. So don't miss out on any of that, including anything that happens in the store, which I am revamping the store to make it easier for everybody to find stickers and products within the online store, because I realize that there's a lot going on. There's a fuck ton of stickers that are going up. And speaking of stickers, we are going, and I say we because I mentioned Whitney as part of my production team, we are going full vinyl on the stickers. That means that the stickers will now be waterproof instead of water resistant. And I'm very happy for this change. They look absolutely amazing. So I'm excited to tell you guys that we are going full vinyl on the stickers now. So be on the lookout for that. There are some already up in the store, but not all of them are there because I'm still making the transition and I ran out of materials. So I had to buy more materials. Not to mention that the token cards, the full art token cards you can use for games like Magic the Gathering are also up in the store. They will only be there for a limited time, so don't miss out on full art dragon tokens and full art belly dancing orc tokens. Like my favorite. There will also be more of those cards coming, but only at the end of the month. So you might see them in the March featured items. So there's lots to look forward to, lots of updates and lots of changes. So thank you guys for coming to this stream. And we will be returning next stream with our Tomb Raider series.
Are you just now seeing all that?
Why did I have to look at chat? You know? So I hope to see you guys there or at the Panel Protagonist Discord server. And with that, Jesse and I will say our goodbye. Are you ready, Jesse?
I'm ready.
Panel Protagonists out. Bye.
Bye.